Revenge films.
It's been 4 days since the new year. I was relaxing at home with my daughter when my husband called me from work.
Get out of the house now and go to your parents! I'll tell you why later!
I didn't know what my husband was thinking, saying this out of the blue. What do you mean? Did you forget something?
Just go! Run away to your parents now! With Sion!
I don't get it.
I'll tell you why later, so just go! Please! And make sure you close all the storm shutters!
What? Hey, babe! I didn't know what was going on at all, him not being clear, but I knew something was going on as he sounded a little panicky. Sion, we're going out. Get ready.
What? Are you serious, Mom? It's cold. I don't want to go out.
Come on, this is an emergency.
What do you mean an emergency?
I convinced my grumpy daughter to get ready as quickly as I could. I closed all the storm shutters as he told me to, and as we were about to leave, he called me again. What? We're about to leave.
Okay, but don't take the train! Drive the car!
What? But it takes about 2 hours by car, you know? It'll be faster by train. Why can't we take the train?
You just can't! It has to be by car! It has to be! Just go! Drive there as fast as you can!
He hung up the phone again. Jeez, what's wrong with him? I had no choice, so I decided to drive to my parents with my daughter. When we finally got there, I asked my husband what was going on. So what's going on? Why did you tell me to go to my parents and tell me not to take the train? Explain it to me.
Where are you? Are you at your parents'?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, good.
Is that all you have to say? You messed up our schedule, you know?
Yeah, you're right. I was in a panic. Sorry. You know...
He explained to me with a sigh. He has an older sister, but their family, especially her son, is extremely crazy. They've been causing numerous amounts of trouble. But every time they were in trouble, they'd bribe the victim into silence. His sister's husband failed in his business, and it made so much debt, so they tried to flee. But their son got in the way.
Everything will be perfect if we leave our son with my brother, because he also has a child around his age.
This is the crazy idea they came up with, and got in touch with my husband.
You've got to be kidding me! I'll never! Don't get us involved with your troubles!
It'll be fine. You have a girl, don't you? My son likes her.
She gave him an answer that freaked him out.
Screw you! Why would I look after your scamp? I'm never letting him see my daughter!
Shut up. It's your sister asking you. Just accept the offer.
His sister hung up the phone and he couldn't get through to her. Maybe she blocked him? As for their crazy son, he'd once sneaked into our daughter's bedroom when our relatives gathered when she was in 7th grade. We found out when she screamed, and he said he sneaked in to get in bed with her. He was almost killed by my husband, father-in-law, and uncle. But when my sister-in-law saw what had happened to her son, she went crazy and said,
"What the hell did you do to my son? I'm going to sue you all for bodily harm."
Instead of apologizing to us and our daughter, my husband completely lost it, seeing our daughter shaking in fear.
I dare you! We'll give this scumbag to the police and sue him!
She couldn't reply back. His sister's family was thrown out of the house, never to see our daughter again. Since then, his parents have cut ties with them. Because of our past, my husband hates his sister and her family.
Why would I let my nephew with a rap sheet inside my house?
He told her and quickly rang me. By the way, we couldn't take the train because she said,
"My son's already on his way. He'll let you know when he gets to the station, so go pick him up."
I thought things would end up badly if you bumped into him when you got to the station, so I told you to drive your car.
His words gave me the chills. It's been a couple of years since that incident, and our daughter has grown older. I don't want to think what could happen if our nephew saw our daughter now. He'd probably chase her everywhere. I'm so glad that didn't happen. I see.
So, I hate to ask, but could you both stay there a little longer?
I don't mind. It's my parents' house. Sion is also her winter holiday, so she should be fine too. My parents are so happy to see their granddaughter without notice, too. I'll explain what's going on to them just in case.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm honestly so ashamed of my family.
Don't worry about it. Then I explained to my parents why we suddenly came to their house. My parents got mad and said,
"This is nonsense. I can't believe this is happening to our granddaughter."
I'll teach them a lesson!
I told them I want to stay with them for a couple of days just in case, and they were more than happy to have us. Since their granddaughter was home, they asked,
Sion, why don't we go to a department store?
"A department store?"
Yeah, they have all the popular clothes, don't they? There are great restaurants too.
"I want to go! Please, Mom!" "Sure, have fun." They took her to the department store with them. She was in good hands now, so I waited for my husband to call me. Our crazy nephew was told we'd pick him up at the station, but no one came. He got mad, threw a fit, and acted up, so he was caught by the police. I was so glad our nephew didn't know the address of our house. He gave the police my husband's name as his surety, but of course he declined. Instead, he gave them his sister's name and address and explained to them everything that had happened. The police searched for them and arrested them a few days later. They tried to get rid of their son, which was considered violence, and were under investigation. When everything was over, our nephew was sent back to them and they failed to flee. After I confirmed that our stupid nephew was gone, I went home with my daughter. I didn't tell my daughter what had happened. She was traumatized by her past, although it ended as an attempt. So I didn't want to frighten her again. Thanks to my parents spoiling her, she received so many presents and ate a lot of delicious food.
Oh, I had so much fun.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, they bought me really cute clothes and we ate lots of amazing desserts and food. I was surprised when you suddenly told me we were going, but I'm glad I saw Grandpa and Grandma.
When my husband came home, he explained everything to me in detail. It looks like my sister-in-law and her family weren't put in jail, but they don't have a second chance now. So they'll never be able to flee again or abandon their son. Of course, if they try to do something to our family, we're going to call the police right away. They're saddled with even more debt now. They used to live a great life in a spacious home, but they've lost all their property and are now living in a cheap apartment. As for my sister-in-law, she'd been spending money without working, but she won't be able to live like that anymore. Besides, their debt is so big that they won't be able to pay them all off, no matter how many jobs she takes. I don't feel a single bit sorry for them, who tried to ruin my daughter's life. In fact, good for them. Our stupid nephew caused trouble after that. But because they couldn't bribe the victim to silence like they used to, he was arrested. I'm sure it won't be long until we see the whole family in jail.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.